Let's go to our forecast. We are getting a reprieve, even though it says 90 degrees right now. The heat and humidity that we saw this weekend coming back towards the end of the week.
Ooh, it's surging back, I think. Let's get over to Brad right now. At least it looks good right now.
Yeah, it feels weird to say 88s are cool down, guys, because that is probably going to be the coolest day of the week. We might be hovering close to that again tomorrow, but it's certainly muggy out there as well. Early in the week, actually not as bad. Dew points are in the 70s, so it's still going to feel like the low to mid 90s, but the air temperatures will be in the upper 80s to near 90. Midweek, some slightly lower humidity, but just barely. The weekend, though, get ready. The heat is going to be cranking up. In fact, we could be pushing triple digits. Now, today we broke a string. Now, we didn't hit 90 until 4 days ago, and then we had 4 days in a row of it. But today we broke that string. We were 90, 93, 92, 90. Today, just 88 degrees. So actually a little bit below the last couple of days. But that heat dome building to the north, you could see the heat risk is highest to extreme up in parts of the Midwest where they're under heat advisories and high heat warnings. That heat dome is going to be centered over there for Wednesday into Thursday. We're going to be kind of in the lower end range, still warm, but not as hot as some of that heat that's going to be building down here. You can see all the heat advisories and the excessive heat warnings and heat watches. That's where the heat dome is now. By the end of the week, the heat dome will be sliding to the south and centering itself right over the Carolinas right there by Friday into the weekend. So most of the eastern half of the country is going to be baking under this heat. And we're not just talking normal heat. I know everyone says it's just summer. No, this is about 10 to 11 degrees above average. And you're talking about the feel-like readings getting above 98.6. Remember, your body temperature is 98.6 or right around there. So when the air temperature or the heat index gets above that level, your body needs help cooling itself down. It can't do it naturally, especially for those that are very young, very old, or if you have illnesses, you really struggle to cool yourself. So those above average temperatures are going to be centered over us, not just this week, but right through the middle of next week. So expect more of that heat to stick around. Now, the one thing that can help you out in the heat is if you have dry air. We don't have that dry air. Tons of atmospheric moisture over us coming off the Atlantic keeps things muggy. And so while we don't have huge rain chances, really almost none at all this week, less than 20% every single day, we still have that low level humidity. So we're not getting the benefit of rain, but we're getting the negativity of all that added dew point air. So just things to watch out for. Heat exhaustion. Now, this is kind of the milder aspect of heat illness. You get faint, you get dizzy, excessive sweating, you'll get cool, pale, even clammy skin. You'll get nausea or even vomiting happening. So you need to get into a cool space, drink some water, and definitely seek medical attention. The worst you can get is heat stroke. Your body actually stops sweating, and you actually could die from this very quickly. So if you notice that in anybody around you, call 911 immediately, especially as we get into the weekend and this heat begins to crank up. In the tropics, we're starting to see things heat up as well. You see the big circulation here in the southwest Gulf of Mexico. This is called the Bay of Campeche down here in the southwest Gulf of Mexico. Potential tropical cyclone 1. This just means that this is going to become a tropical storm or depression in the next 24 hours. And they issue these PTCs or potential tropical cyclones so that you can put a track on it and actually issue watches for the Texas coast and parts of Mexico. So that's when you see these. So this is the beginning of the season here. If it gets a name, which it likely will in the next 24 hours, it will be Alberto. So the first name off the list coming up. Now, if you're looking for rain, good luck. Just isolated showers and storms, mainly in the mountains and foothills. You see the moisture coming ashore, but just not a lot of moisture over us. In fact, the rain chances over the next 10 days, we're going to keep them pretty close to zero. Doesn't mean there couldn't be one out there like we saw the last couple of nights, but chances are very low. So get ready. The heat begins to really crank up going into the weekend. You see that on Sunday, yeah, maybe close to 100 degrees. Tomorrow, not bad. Near 90, it's still hot, but we'll call that seasonably hot by the weekend. That's some serious heat. Mid to upper 90s, it'll feel like it's over 100 degrees. 10-day forecast, we're locking into this. Temperatures staying in the mid 90s through the middle of next week.
Brad, thank you.